this is first and foremost a dope ass platform.
Shout out to Pure Rap Podcast again.
Yeah, y'all keep doing what y'all doing, man. Y'all stay safe out here, man. And y'all, I can see y'all being big in the future.
Man. Y'all keep going and shit, stay down.
Yo, what's good, everyone? Welcome to the Pure Rap Podcast. I got Kev and got Darneezy. Once again, we're back on StreamYard. We haven't been here in second time in like a couple months now?
A couple weeks. It's been like a month, maybe.
Hey, it don't even feel like we've been in person, man. Being on the computer feels weird now. I'm like,
I know.
Gotta set up and everything and all that. So,
I always like it though, because it keeps me like, so I could be able to, like, doing like Caleb making the edits and like, stuff like that and having to make the script. Like I always like, the computer, like you learn so much from being able to like set up things like this to doing it in person. It's like, it makes it, the transition so much easier. So I always enjoy it, man. But we got a special guest and we're here earlier. We got a giveaway that we're going to be announcing the winner for later. And we got an episode later tonight too in person. So we got a busy day today.
Busy Tuesday.
Yeah. Busy Tuesday, man. It's fun though. Like I'm excited for the giveaway too to announce that, man. That's gonna be fun.
Oh yeah, the giveaway. Yep.
Which,
that's gonna be dope.
Whoever's watching in San Diego, there's still time to enter. So
definitely.
Win 2 tickets to Blast. Blast and
Leon Thomas, Joyce Rice. Dope ass. Like
that's a dope lineup. Shoot,
that's what I'm saying. Like,
we might pull up. You might see us out there. I don't know.
Yeah. You might see a couple of. So we might be at the show
crowd. I don't know.
Big facts, man. But hey, man, you guys ready to get into this?
Oh yeah, man. Been looking forward to it.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Looking forward to some music from Pittsburgh. I mean, you name
it. Yeah, man. We got a super dope artist, an MC from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. And it's coming off his recent project, 1998, which was released earlier this year in February. Fire Project. He's worked with artists, such as Juicy J, Ty Dolla $ign, and Wiz Khalifa, of course, and many more. If you know Wiz Khalifa, then of course you know Kev the Hustler, and if you know Kev the Hustler, then you know who we're bringing on right now, Taylor Gang's very own Chevy Woods.
Wait a minute.
Yo, sir, let's go.
What up, man?
What's going on, man? How's it going?
Good. How y'all feeling?
Good.
Great.
Great. Hey, man,
man. Yeah, we were ready for this interview, man.
I appreciate the time.
It. Yeah, for sure, man.
Yeah, we always appreciate. How's your day been going today, though?
It's pretty good. I cracked my phone the other day, so like, and now I just went and got the new iPhone, which I said I wasn't gonna do, but fuck it, it was like $200. With the trade in and all that. So
yeah.
Cracked phones. I don't know if you could tell. My whole back shattered.
Yeah, that's what happened to mine, and the buttons start acting weird. So I had to get right.
I didn't even realize. I just took off my my case one day just for the hell of it, and I was like, "What the hell this happened?" Like
worst move ever, bro. Worst move
take this case off, bro.
I didn't even realize. I'm like, where the hell did all this crack
on that home?
Yeah.
But doesn't the trade-in value like go down with if it's cracked, or you have to get it fixed first? Like,
no, like with Verizon, like if you got the right plan, and I've been on with Verizon for a long time, so like if you got the right plan, then you can just trade it in as is.
Oh damn! Shoot.
Yeah, I'm on Verizon too.
And when you trade it in, you don't have to give it to them immediately. Like you still want to back up stuff on whatever. You take it out the store. You got 30 days to turn it in.
Yeah,
so.
That's what my wife did for the 16. So
yeah.
Damn.
Smart woman.
I was in the same boat too. I was thinking because my little charger port is messed up, and I was like, damn, should I just get a new one? But then I'm like, wait a minute, I could charge it on the little wireless pad. I was like, I didn't even think about this. So I'm like, I'll hold on to this 13 for a little bit more. You know what I mean?
For sure, for sure.
13, 14, 15. We're gonna be at 20, 30.
Yeah,
Dog,
I
I
was
had
Only
the
iPhone,
I
bro.
needed the new phone. I had a 11, gang. I wasn't budget.
Oh damn.
oh yeah, I'm gonna hold
No,
on to
no.
this.
I know it's something about. I hate having to like start up with a new phone, and I don't know. It's just weird.
But is it just me, or does everybody get that buggy shit where they start doing shit to the phone? I feel like to make you
Oh
have to
yeah,
go
make it
get
Yeah.
slower.
It's
Like,
the
lagging.
it's those iOS, iOS updates. You know what I mean?
Yep.
After a while, they start like, I think they do that, like slow it down
They
a
do it
little
on
bit. For old
purpose.
versions,
It's
like,
a law.
Yeah,
yeah.
basically it tells you that it fixes all the things that's fucking up, but then it's fucking up the same way.
right. Like,
Yeah,
hey,
it's
basically
making
they're
it
telling you,
worse.
hey, get that
It
16,
seems like it's
right?
making it worse when you update it. I don't know.
That's
Exactly.
hilarious. All right, man. Let's get into it, man. So first off, we do a segment before we get into our initial interview. It's a rapid fire segment. Basically, we just ask you about 3-4 different questions that don't have anything to do with music or your music career. It just could be introspective, deep, funny, all over the place, really. So
Got you.
all right. So first question, Darnell, you want to ask? You want to ask your first one?
No, I'll wait till later for that one.
He said, wait,
Uh-oh.
I added it back on for you.
Nah,
I'll ask it. I'll ask it.
Yeah. Go ahead, Kayla. You ask it then.
I don't know. Want to know what's your favorite Chuck Taylor color?
Black.
Right.
There you
Right,
go.
right.
Do you
happy
like
now.
do you like low top or do you like high top more?
I like low cut rather.
Yeah, low cut.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something about the like the high cut is cool for a certain fit,
Fit, yeah.
but I don't be wearing that certain fit too many times. So
Yeah.
it's like the low cuts just go with everything. You can drop the pants on them, and then you can do the high socks with the shorts. So it like to go together.
Yeah.
Damn, that's crazy.
Nostalgic
I got a
feel.
hot take.
That's what.
Nah, I shouldn't even say it.
Well, you're not a fan? You're not a
Hey,
fan?
Nah, bro, I've never been a fan
What's
of
your
Chuck
hot
Taylor,
take?
man. And we from the West too, so
We're gonna say PF Flyers. What you
Yeah.
saying? Like,
yeah, I'm gonna get
Chuck
killed in
Taylor
the comments
made
for
the
that
good
one,
song.
man.
So you say you never been a fan of Chuck Taylor's?
Never, man, never.
I wore them
I
in
don't
school.
like them. I tried wearing them ones. Nope, not a fan.
Yeah, it's not all that
Yeah,
comfortable. Thinking about it now, it's not all that comfortable.
Yeah, it's not. And think about how they used to play basketball in them.
That's
Yeah,
right.
that's back in the day. Yeah, that's
No
Oh, that
way.
blows my mind, and I think about that. Like, how? Like, yeah, I know
How
your
do you
shoes
think
was.
that's
I know after the game.
I know
bro,
your
like,
feet was hurting after the game.
Bro, everybody that played back then with those shoes on walk funny. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Got to.
Bones
There's
broken by the
nothing
time.
comfortable about it at all.
Blisters all over their feet and shit.
Yeah.
That ain't wild.
Caleb, you want to ask the Steelers question?
Sure. We brought up football before we hopped on. You being a Pittsburgh Steelers fan, Pittsburgh native, give us your Pittsburgh Steelers Mount Rushmore.
Pittsburgh Steelers, Mount Rushmore, Big Ben, Troy Polamalu.
Yes, Troy Polamalu.
A lot of people don't say this, and I'm gonna say this because a lot of people leave him out of the conversation. I say Greg Lloyd.
Okay.
And there's a lot I could say. There's a lot of people I could say. There's people in my era that I got to watch, and there's people that I've seen highlights of.
Right.
So this is who I got to watch. And the last one for me who I got to watch would be Carnell Lake.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. And I could swap Carnell Lake out with Rod Woodson too at any point. That's my Mount Rushmore.
Yeah, Steelers, they got this. Like we were speaking before, Steelers, their franchise in general, yeah, it's been a winning franchise. They got a lot of greats, a lot of Hall of Famers, so you really can't go wrong with a Mount Rushmore with the Steelers, depending on obviously.
For real Steeler fans, there's a lot of people that you could put up there because there's a lot of people that played big roles at certain times and some stuff like that that's gonna stick. So like San Antonio Holmes with the Super Bowl shit, James Harrison with the Super Bowl shit. You know what I mean?
And you go back even further when you have like Mean Joe Green and Franco Harris and
Mean Joe
all those
Green.
cats too.
Yeah. Yep.
Damn, that's right.
Mike Webster, all
Yeah,
those dudes, Rocky Blair, all those, like everybody.
Terry Bradshaw, like all
Bro,
those
Terry
guys.
Bradshaw used to pedal back. Like, you know how quarterbacks now turn to the side to
Mhm.
get back in their drop? He used to pedal back like 2 feet. That shit was the weirdest shit I ever seen. So,
Right.
Yeah,
I've
we
never
we
seen nobody do that shit.
I like how you spelled Heinz, like the dang.
like
Look,
the
ketchup.
like
brand.
the that's hilarious.
That's how you spell it, but it still works.
Yeah,
Hey, he
right.
tried.
That's funny.
Man, this is
All right.
weird.
Our last question. If you're sitting, so pretty much it's one of the scenario type of questions. If like you're sitting at a bench at a park and one person comes over and sits next to you, and pretty much invokes a conversation, who would you like that one person to be? It could be dead or alive.
Ooh, wow, that's a great question. Um, maybe not even a celebrity. Uh, maybe my grandmother who passed away.
Dang.
I would wanna see what she would say like now in these times.
Mm, that's
You know
deep.
what
I
I
like that.
mean? Like I kind of wish she was a little younger and like lived or either like lived a little longer, you know what I mean? But it would have
Mhm.
been like she would have been like 100 something then. But if she yeah, I would want to talk to my grandma and just have a conversation about now, the times now. Cause funny thing is she told me when I started doing music, she was like, you know, you gonna don't get no tattoos on your hands because you know if that don't work out, you're gonna have to get a job. And they don't hire people with tattoos, which they do now, you know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
this was a
At the
while back.
time, yeah.
So what I did was once I like made this my real occupation and this is what I was gonna do, I went and got like her name tatted on my
Oh
hand.
wow.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Just so it's just a reminder of that
Yeah.
conversation and what she was saying to me that day and stuff like that. So I always just look at that and be like, I wish I could have that conversation right now for sure.
Damn. Yeah, I like that answer a lot, man.
Yeah, nah, that was a real answer.
Yeah, yeah, hell yeah.
Um, and why not? I got one more rapid fire question. I threw in
hmm
here. If you could time travel, first off, would you go? And if you do, would you go to the past or the future?
Um, I would time travel to the past and I would probably not even go all the way back. I would probably go like right when I started, and this is selfish. I would probably go right when I started playing sports, and I would like use what I if I'm going back, I know shit. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah, facts.
So if I'm going back, I know shit. So I would instill all the shit that I know into that kid, and it'll be over. It will be over. You know what I'm saying? I'll be
That's
able
gonna
to
be the
do
goat.
yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? Like all this shit that I learned from like that period on, not just with sports, like the Taylor gang is like a team aspect, you know what I mean? Like the
Yeah.
guys and stuff like that. So all of the stuff that I would know now, I would want to just pour that into that kid.
Yeah. I saw that
Okay.
you received an athletic scholarship to Robert Morris University. What sport did you play?
I play football,
Okay. What position?
wide receiver.
Okay.
I'll
Dope.
just tell you the story. I went for a year. I took the SATs twice and I didn't pass either time. So I was on Prop 48, which is like probation. You know what I mean? You can't go to practice. You got to get the grades in order for the year to pass, and you go back. You start back when you play. It's like spring ball starts again.
Mm-hmm.
So kind of being a kid coming from a school that was small, but I was like the superstar kind of like got discouraged, but I fucked up by not doing the right things. You know what I mean? It's not nobody to blame. So like coming from a school like that, I went to that school, and before I even got there, a lot of people like knew who I was. So I clicked in. I clicked with a couple people and stuff like that. So I'm living 40 minutes away. On the weekends, I'm going back and get weed and coming back to campus and busting plays and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like that started to be important to me. Like the
Yeah.
money and the stuff like that started to be important. And the schooling didn't start to be important. I started playing intramural basketball, like missing class and just to
Oh
go
wow.
hoop and shit like that. So like I kind of like got to the point where I was supposed to do the right thing, but I said, you know what I mean, and went
Yeah.
a
Right.
different way. So like the last thing I remember is this coach, because they assign a coach to you to like look over you if you're on Prop 48. So this coach was like, I seen him driving his van and it was snowing. I remember it vividly. I was walking from like the cafeteria. He rolled down the window and he was like, "Hey Kevin, I got an email said you ain't been in class." I said, "Man, I ain't coming." I said, "I ain't fucking coming back anyway."
Damn.
Like, and just like, then went, you know what I mean? That's when I started going back and just doing the street shit after that.
So did you just not show back up like ever again?
Yeah, no, I got my shit from there, like, cause
Yeah.
I'm gonna just be honest, like, I was supposed to be staying on the downtown campus, but
Okay.
I had a homie that had an extra, like the bunk bed shit, and there wasn't nobody in it, and all my classes except for one was up on the main campus. So I would just go up there, and I started staying up there. So I just stayed on campus for free, and then I
Yeah.
took the little bus back down to just take my one class back downtown, and then I went back because I was just trying to stay away from the street shit. You feel me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
At that point, I was trying not to get caught up, so I didn't want to stay like at my mom's and go to school from there and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Now it makes sense. Man. It makes even sharing that story makes your answer about going to the past even more like, okay, I understand it now. You know what I mean?
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I would do totally different.
Right. Right. And speaking of going back to the past, what were some of your favorite artists growing up? And when's the moment? And around that time too, like when's the moment you decided, man, I want to make music as well?
Me and my homies, like, of course, within Taylor Gang, y'all know Sledgerin, that makes the producer that makes the
Yeah,
beats
he's
for
fire.
us. So we lived in the same hood, and he was always, you know what I'm saying, like tuned in to what was going on musically. I mean, I remember he was making beats on like PlayStation and shit like that. What is
Oh
it
yeah,
called? Like
PlayStation beats.
PlayStation Generator or something like
I,
that.
I,
So
I remember that.
What
yeah,
the
so
hell?
like he was always tuned. He was tuned in from like way back then musically. So we used to like go down his house and just like plug in like headphones and rap over instrumentals, just fucking around for real. And once I got back into the like the street shit, the music started to play because it was like it was a lifestyle I could talk about now. You feel me? So I started to do that. But inspirations back then, I used to listen to like a lot of No Limit. Like remember
Oh
they
wow.
had that remember they had like the plastic cases?
Mm.
Like everybody was dropping. They used to drop an album every week. So I listened to a lot of No Limit, a lot of Scarface, a lot of Capone and Noriega, a lot of
Fire.
Nature, a lot of 41st Side, a lot of Max B, um, just a
Wicked.
lot of a plethora. Because I was a real like really into like hip hop. Like back
Yeah, so
then,
you're
I
like
was
a hip hop
listening to
head for real.
yeah, Cannabis,
Yeah.
DMX came out in 2000, so we was on that. Like it was a lot of stuff. Like, and then the older homies in the hood, they put me on like Spice One,
Oh
MCA,
Oh,
all
yeah.
that stuff
for the
back
West
then.
Coast
So
cats. Yeah.
Yeah, shoot, you was deep in dive into music right there.
no, for
And
sure.
that's how it is too when you got like someone older too. It's like because that's how it was growing up. Like my brother, like I have my iPod, but sometimes he'll use my iTunes, and then I'll like randomly see like artists in there that I'm like, who is this? Like
Right.
Nas. I'm like, when I was a little kid, I'm like, Nas. Who's this? Sorry, I
Yeah,
start
it's
listening to it. I'm like, or like Slum Village and people like that. I'm like,
hmm
I'm over here like sixth grade listening to these people and knowing I'm like, no, I don't damn well nobody's listening to
Yeah.
Jay Dilla right in the campus right now. Like I might be the only one listening to this right
Yeah.
now. Like
Crazy.
Fucking Big L and all those
Yeah,
yeah, like
cats.
I
it's
was
You
about
know.
pretty
to
funny.
say that.
Rest
Big
in
L,
peace.
it's the reason why you listen to that stuff because somebody put you on. You feel me?
Right.
So it's the reason why I listen to Ghostface. It's the reason why, like you said, Big
Exactly.
L, Big Pun, Digging in the Crates, like all of that stuff. It's a reason why I would listen to that. You know what I mean? I understand why for sure.
And what about now? Like, are you someone who kind of like, do you listen to the newer artists now, or are you still like, you going back to like, you go back to the older artists and still listen to, or are you kind of like in the middle?
I'm kind of like in the middle. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just picky. Everything don't catch my ear. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So like. a lot of the popular songs, you know, they may be the fun songs and whatever for everybody else. Not saying that they're not for me, but they just don't catch my ear first. I
Mhm.
go through like the whole project and like something that resonates. That's what I'm like attached to.
When did you
So
first? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
now you good, go ahead.
I was gonna, when did you first like rap like just yourself? Like were you just at your home or with the homie like someone else was rapping or like when did you decide like damn I want to like pin something down or
Um,
was it like a freestyle session like what?
the first time I ever wrote something was the first time I ever wrote something was in college. I had
Mhm.
this roommate. His name was Ed Brown. He was from the Bronx. Um, he had all his shit together, and he had like parental advisories on his stuff, and like you know, he had it on his computer and shit. And I'm like, dude, you
Looking
really be
legit.
doing this shit. He pulled out books of like raps. You know what I mean? So
Damn.
just one day, he was like, "You should just try it." And for some reason, we was drinking somewhere, and all the homies come back to our dorm room, and I had written a rap, and like he got out a book, and then I got out my raps, and I just started rapping, and like the homies was just like, "Oh, oh." So I just kind of like that was the first time I ever wrote something. So I was like
Wow.
I was maybe like 20, maybe 19. So that was the first time, and then once I got from school and I wasn't in school no more, the lifestyle that I was living started to become the story. That's why
Mhm.
I was Cab the Hustler at that time.
Okay,
Okay.
that's dope. Now we want to move on a little bit. Is take us back to ID Lab Studio in 2004 when you met Wiz Khalifa.
Sheesh. It was actually like '07, I think, '08 that I actually met him. But like my little cousins and stuff, he went to the same school as them, the same high
Okay.
school. So they used to
Mm.
say like they I was already like rapping and doing like putting out mixtapes and stuff like that. So like a few people around knew of me from different neighborhoods and I used to battle rap and like all that shit. So I got around the circuit a little bit. And so when he started doing his thing, I started to hear his name from my little cousins because they was like, "Yo, there's this dude, Cam. He could rap. He go to my school." I never ran into him in like that exchange. I ran into him trying to find this. I had this keyboard. I had a Triton, and I was looking for a studio to go to after I turned it. Like I traded it in and got some money and shit because I was like fucked up, and I was like, "Yo, something got to shake. Like I got to do something." So Addy Labs was the first place I called, and I tell this story a lot. E Dan was like, I was like, "Yo, I'm trying to get some studio time. Is y'all signing people?" E Dan was like, we don't sign people. This is a studio. Like you can come here,
Nah, record label.
you could come and record, you know, for
Yeah.
X amount of dollars." And so I started recording there, and my homies start going there, and this dude named Franchise told Wiz about me. And one night I end up being there and he ended up being in the A room recording. And that's when like we met. We recorded this song. You'll probably go look it up. It's called Me. That's the first song that me and him ever recorded together.
Yeah.
And we got to look that one back up.
Mhm.
Crazy.
You think what was I gonna say too? So at that time, if you like 07, 08, when did like so when Wiz Khalifa like pretty much going up, when did Taylor Game become like, I think when he started and you signing on to Taylor Game.
Um, I think like a little bit after that time because he was already like dressing like the aesthetic of what you know what I mean, what we was
Yeah.
going through. Like he already was doing like crew necks, the shorts with the high socks with the Chuck Taylors, and of course back that day people used to be like, "I ain't wearing that shit, man."
Yeah.
But what happened was like he never stopped, and he just made it like a cool thing, and like the Taylor gang came from us wearing Chuck Taylors at that time because we all just was like, fuck it, this the uniform. Let's do it.
Yeah.
And he said the same thing, you know what I mean? He was like, yo, this the uniform. And that's what like people when people come to concerts and stuff, you can point those people out and know why they have that on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that was like that time back then when he was just like, yo, we gonna do this, and that was Taylor. It wasn't many. It wasn't like a long time after that. I think it was like it was in that time frame because in '09, that's when him and Currency put out.
Hot Fly, right?
Yeah. So
Yeah, that's right.
it was like right. It was like right in that area, right before that time.
And that's crazy because because I was looking back, like, because even us and what we went high school freshman year would be 2011.
2011.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
like you guys had that shit on lock, like
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
like
Wiz,
between like
Wiz was getting mainstream like
yeah.
2010, 2011, and then dropped his debut album. Well, his main major label debut album was what, like April 2011?
yeah.
Rolling Papers.
Yeah, so
Yeah, and he had the fashion
Well,
game
he had
like locked in. He was
he
showing
had,
proof
Cabin
before
Fever,
that.
yeah, like
but there was even one after that. It was Deal or No Deal.
Yeah,
Deal or
Deal
No
or No
Deal,
Deal.
yes.
Yeah, where like
I
this
remember
plane and
that
all that.
heavy, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
That's like the purple, yeah, the little purple,
Chewy
I
and
think cover
Which
too,
was
right?
like the hella fire like transition. I feel like because a lot of this stuff, even now, people don't really know that album, but the people in that time frame know that album. You know what I mean? So I
Yeah,
feel like coming from like doing people knowing underground stuff that he
right.
did, I feel like Deal or No Deal was like here I go. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah,
On
Deal or No
yeah.
Deal.
This
I
plane
remember,
was
yeah,
always on
yeah.
MTV
I remember my
Jam.
cousins playing that and
yeah, for
everything too,
sure.
like
Oh
back
dang,
carpet, all the
MTV.
different
Oh
songs,
yeah,
yeah,
I forgot.
like
Yeah.
Yeah, that album was like actually crazy.
And what was the track that was sampled? That did buzz too. Say Yeah,
Hmm.
that
yeah,
did numbers too before he was really mainstream.
Yeah,
So
hell yeah. So it's like if 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 people see his track line of music, you understand what type of artist that is. Like if he can do that and make it sound and make it be popular and stuff like that.
right.
You know what I mean? He lives in a lot of worlds and he maintains himself in a lot of them places. So that was like structure for a lot of us musically because we didn't know that. You know what I mean? We were just
Mhm.
wow, but we were learning together. But he knew a little bit more than everybody else, you know, actually doing this shit and knowing that this is his job, you know what I mean? So we just fell in line like, okay, yeah, we get this shit the same way that you get it now.
Yeah. And that's fire.
yeah, speaking of Wiz, I was
Mm.
listening to his Drink Champs interview. Well, it was like last year.
Mhm.
He said he said he received a blunt from Willie Nelson. He didn't name drop who took the blunt, but it kind of rhymed with your name. So I was just curious, did you know about that or how'd that story go down where you ended up with it?
Yeah, man.
That's hilarious.
so
I want
so
to hear
Name drop your name.
this.
it's all good. I'm gonna make the story as short as possible, but with the perfect points. So Wiz had a show um in New York. I think we was at the Best Buy or something like that. The Best Buy theater or something like that. But Snoop was performing with Willie Nelson across the street. Snoop came over to see the show with a joint from Willie Nelson to give to Wiz. So mind you, it's smoke all around the room, and I never blame it on anybody else or nothing like that. So like there's smoking, everybody's smoking around the room, and I didn't see him Snoop give him that joint. You know what I mean? So wherever I was, my back was turned, whatever. But I end up walking next to Wiz while him and Snoop was talking. Wiz already had the joint in his ear. He took it out his ear and gave it to me. He said, "Hold this." I didn't ask no questions, no nothing. Time went past. I'm like, damn, I need to roll up. I was like, oh shit, got this joint. I lit that motherfucker and smoked it. I passed it around. He hit it. Of course, he wouldn't know. And then he came back later and was like, "Yo, where that joint that I gave you?" I was like, "God, that thing went around the room. Like we all smoked that." He put both his hands on my shoulders in front of me. Was like, "Bro, that was a Willie Nelson joint." I was like, "Oh my god!" He
Yeah.
just put his head on my shoulder,
I
like.
think you got
Yeah.
that
Like,
second
oh my
hand.
goodness.
Then he
Uh,
lifted his head up.
Somebody
He was like,
passing it around.
it's cool, bro. It's cool. That's funny as fuck." Like he just was like, "Yo, that is funny as hell, bro." So Yeah, and in the interview, he said it rhymes with heavy goods, just to give you
Yeah,
the
yeah. I can't remember
Be
exactly
good.
what he said, but I know it rhymed with Chevy
Yeah,
Woods. So
you just
we're
know
obviously the
it.
average fan gonna know who he talking about. But
So yeah, it was me for sure, man. I take the blame.
That's hilarious.
Oh, that's
shout out
crazy.
I'm
Lil
just
Nas.
laughing at the point where you're just like searching, like, hold on, wait a minute, I got this. Like,
Yeah, I had no idea. I'm thinking I
yeah,
found a one I didn't smoke. You know what I'm saying?
Um,
just
lucky
casually
me.
passing around the Willie Nelson joint.
Dude,
Terrible, terrible.
That's too funny.
I
That
just
was a good question.
I wanted to ask like how did the Taylor Gang song like go about, and did you guys think it would be as big as it was when you guys made it?
Rolling papers.
I don't even think that song would have came out if we didn't go to jail.
Oh.
We all went to jail in North Carolina, like 10 of us.
What was
For
like you
like,
guys on tour or something? Or
yeah, for like an
Mhm.
ounce of weed. The bus was smoking. Like when he opened the door, the bus was smoking on campus and like all of that shit. So like, and I didn't even really have to go to jail. There's always some shit with me. Like I had like an ounce of weed on me. And for some reason, when they start pulling everybody off the bus and shit like that, for some reason I was like, "Yo, I gotta go to the bathroom." Like I gotta telling the cops, like, "Yo, I gotta go." They was like, "Go upstairs and come back down here. If you don't come down here, I'm gonna come looking for you." So therefore, nobody escorted me. I took the weed out my drawers and put it upstairs in the garbage. And then I came back downstairs, which I really didn't even have to go to jail. Like I could have came downstairs and just dipped. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah, right.
like, I don't know where the fuck I'm at. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
True. Yeah, you going?
So they took us to jail. The fucking judge that was in there looked like the colonel off a fucking KFC bucket.
So,
Yeah, this
And
is
he
you said this
slammed
in North
that
Carolina.
gavel. He slammed that gavel and he said $300,000 bond. I'm like, what the fuck?
fuck.
I'm sitting there in handcuffs. Wiz is like, we going to jail. I said, what? I'm trying to read his lips. I'm like, he like, we going to jail.
Yeah,
I
well,
said,
3,000.
fuck. So there's 10 of us. Long story short, he ends up having the bread. We was riding around crazy. He ends up having the bread on the bus, had his uncle count the money out for we got bond reduction for everybody, for all 10 of us. But Wiz got out, was like, y'all be right back to get y'all. Got Will out. Then they both came back and they got all of us out. When we got back to the bus, we felt like we got in some shit. You feel me? So like we all got hoodies on and shit. The studio's there. Niggas is back there like Gang, Taylor, gang, like getting drunk and
Wow.
shit.
Oh,
And
wow.
we recorded the song on the tour bus.
Damn,
Wow.
that's dope as hell.
Damn.
That's crazy.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's good that
Exactly.
good that you guys all were able to get out too. Like,
Yeah, I got
Yeah.
it.
crazy happened
And it
out of
was
that.
everybody there. I mean, the whole tour bus,
Then they emptied out the whole bus. They said, "Nah."
Dang.
except for the driver.
The driver's in there like, "I'm
He
out
ain't
here."
got
He wasn't even near. He wasn't even
Yeah.
near. So
Oh,
like
wow.
we were
Oh,
supposed to stay on campus. You can't stay on campus. We learned our lesson, of course, but can't stay on campus smoking like we were smoking.
Damn. So was it a situation where like the driver came back and like everyone's already gone? Like,
everybody's
Hell
gone.
yeah. Everybody was
other
gone
than that,
except for I think two people, the DJ and our homie Motor. Those were the two people. And Motor was actually the one that counted the money out.
damn, that's wild.
Wow,
That's a crazy backstory. Who would have thought?
Yeah.
I wouldn't have
that's
thought
crazy
that
how
was
that came about.
Yeah, I would
how it came about.
never.
That's exactly how it was. Then we went back to Pittsburgh and went to the Wiz's crib and recorded some more, touched it up. I changed my verse and stuff like that. So like the Chevy Who didn't. It was another verse before that. It didn't come till
No.
we went back to Pittsburgh and I changed the verse to that.
Well, I love the Chevy Who of that part.
Yes,
Wow.
sir.
One thing I'm curious about too is like, you know, just being in Taylor Gang and you know all the artists involved, and even I'm pretty sure like mutual like guys as well. Like how much music do you think you have like just in the vault that's probably unheard
I
Can only
mean,
imagine.
Good question.
between your own as well? You know.
yeah, it's just a lot. I can't even put no number on it. It's so much because throughout the years, you pile up so many records recording a project. Or if you active and you do it right, you probably dropping an album in an EP or maybe 2 albums within a year. And we used to just drop, but now it's like strategically because there's like a lot of us, so we stay out of the way of each other and stuff like that and shit like that. So, but yeah, it's the vote is heavy. Like, it's just I don't know. It's just working that much and trying to pick the best. That's what happens, and you just put everything else to the side for listening purposes. And if something pops out later, then you know what I mean, you go from there.
You ever going back and be like, damn, like here's something from like 2010, be like, damn, I forgot about this one. Like
Not really for
or you
me.
just don't really,
Yeah, not really for me because I'll go back there because I like the song and I want to hear it. But I know that my voice and the way that I structure my music and stuff like that is hella different now. So like when people be turning it on, it's cool. But when people be like, that's the song that they know me by, and when I go somewhere, I'll be like, oh my God, why are they playing this song?
That's hilarious. No, so I was gonna say to even go along with that, you have like about what like 14 projects on DSPs alone. And then I remember always seeing like, Dat Piff and like all those different like catalogs, your name and so many different, currencies and guys like that who just, obviously that's only on DSPs alone. So we know there's at least 20, 25 plus, projects in general, but like always seeing your name, like, going on Dat Piff or something like that. Like, and with the guys who are always consistent. And now, fast forward to this year, in February, you released 1998. What keeps you like motivated to like consistently just, releasing to this point where you're like, man, I'll drop another,
I feel like back then everything was to get a point across and do as much music as possible and get people to listen to as much music as possible. I think now in the nutshell of a project, I can say like 4 projects worth of shit if I really take my time and to get my message across. So with 1998, that was like my inspiration of me like listening to, like I said, digging in the crates, Big L. I didn't want to do nothing that sounds like now, so I wanted to do all like boom bap sounding raps, the shit that my OGs and stuff like put me on. And when I first started like listening to that style of music, I used to have this homie that I went to high school with, and we used to go to night school, and he used to just always play Wu-Tang. You feel me? So he just always, I never listened to the shit. He always would just have it in his Volvo all the time when he came to pick me up. And he would just put me on to that style of music. And so I started listening to that. And then I started listening to, like I said, a lot of Queensbridge music. Like it didn't matter what artist was coming from there. So like it could be Nas, AZ, the old Noriega stuff, like I was saying, like Tragedy and Gaddafi stuff, like, of course, like
damn,
Tupac,
that's
all that.
that's underrated.
Yeah, so like I was listening to all that type of stuff just to like really get stuff going for me story wise and storytelling, and that's what I took from that. So that's why 1998 sounds like a 1998 hip hop project.
Yeah, and that's a dope ass project too, like from front to back.
Appreciate it, man.
Yeah, oh, man.
Yeah, great project, great body of work.
Yeah, I had that flu game on repeat. Like,
Game 6.
Yeah, man.
I like the video off of Game 6.
Yeah, Game 6. Like,
and that's all the stuff that was going on then too. Like Jordan, the flu game. It was Game 6.
Yeah, that's right.
You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
So like secretly, I was like, that Jordan documentary came out, and I was like, yo, I'm fucking like, this is a real story, and I was in a real mood. I was like, yo, I'm fucking done with music. Like I named everything.
The Last Dance.
The Last Dance.
Yeah.
How did y'all know that?
Yeah, that's the documentary.
The one on Netflix, right?
Yeah. Oh no, but that's what I was naming 1998. So I had everything that was going on. I had everything that was going on as a title. So that's why you see Game 6, Flu Game,
ceremony, all that.
Yeah, ring ceremony. So I was like, yo,
Oh,
I'm not gonna be rapping no more. This is the last dance. If I showed y'all the cover that I had before, it had my name on a jersey and a raft and the rafters and me walking away.
Why'd you say that, Brian? Shit tricked him.
I know
Yeah.
we could have had a Nardwar moment right there, like
There's a Nardwar on him.
But funny
yeah,
enough though, I brought the idea to Wiz. I'm like, I'm gonna do something else. I don't even like that. He was like, what the fuck are you talking about?
I can hear that in his voice too.
He's like, yo,
Hear that,
this is some bullshit, dude. Like, what are you even saying? Like, hell no. He stood on business too. He was like, no, we is not calling it that. I don't give a fuck
yeah,
what you saying. Like, nah, we not doing that. So,
because that
you know
would
what I mean?
basically say like you're like
You're
hanging
done.
up,
you're
Yeah.
done with
like
music. Yeah.
Yeah, and he looked at me with this look that I knew what his answer was going, what his like response was going to be, and he was just like, "The fuck." I'm like,
You ain't
yeah,
gonna
I'm like,
Yeah.
all right, I'm gonna name it 1998. I'm gonna go back and structure the stuff around the stuff I already got. So like,
yeah.
yeah, a
You're
little
probably like, bro,
story
you
inside of the story.
we glad you changed it then.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right, man. I am too.
yeah,
Yeah.
because at that moment, like even dropping it, like, did you know you're like, man, I ain't done. Like, I'm not gonna just.
No, I really was like, I really
Oh, so you
was
really
like,
were feeling like that?
yeah, I was on the verge. If I wasn't feeling like that, I wouldn't even have had a conversation with him.
Mm.
You know what
Wow.
I'm saying?
That's
So
deep.
I wasn't gonna be on the fence about it with myself and still go talk to him. I was I did in. You know what I'm saying? I was just
Yeah,
like, yo, I saying it ain't really like fun to me no more. Like I blah blah blah. You know what I
Like
mean?
you pretty
So
much like outgrew making music.
yeah, yeah, not making music.
Or
It
just
just
hip
I
hop.
just outgrew try to be like, here I go, or y'all listening to me, and like all of that
yeah,
shit that comes with it when you're trying. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah, because in my mind, no matter how people put it, I be feeling like it's still more like I didn't kick a door that I was supposed to kick in at some point. You know what I mean? Like I did a bunch of shit and we did a bunch of shit, but I didn't kick in a door that I feel like is somewhere that I need to kick in, and you know what I
mhm.
mean? Yeah,
Mhm.
that's
Nah,
the
that's
mission
real.
that I'm on.
Yeah, but you always been, I feel like, in general, a pretty versatile artist. You know, and just going back into your catalog and listening to your music.
Mhm.
You know, from just straight hip hop, boom bap, trap, melodies, like different, you just different, pretty much
Sound.
across the board, right?
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I
now
appreciate that.
being more experimental, what inspired you to make a country album with the persona of Lee Woods?
That's a good question. That's a good spinoff too.
Transition game.
Yeah,
Right.
that's fire. Fire. That's like a Travis Scott album transition. Um, I made the song Escape first, and
Yeah.
when I wrote it was in a time where I was like, yo, I'm gonna figure out how to write songs better.
Mhm.
So the whole 2023, I didn't drop a project, so I was just writing. And that goes to show you what we talked about earlier about all the songs that pile up. None of them came out. You know what I mean? Maybe one or two of them came out of a whole year of like writing and recording stuff. So I did the song Escape and I sent it to Will or I sent it to Wiz, and I always try to check over shit first. And they was like, nah, we not shopping this. You just do it on your own. You know what I mean? Like this is your record. So like figure out what the aesthetic should be. And that wasn't even a Lee Woods moment. That was really me
Mhm.
being like, all right, I'm gonna step outside this box and do this. So after I knew I could do that, me and Will talked a little bit. I started taking trips to like Nashville, getting in writing sessions and linking with producers and going to bars and seeing people play and see how much fun people have with listening to stories. And I'm like,
Right.
shit, I write rap stories. I could probably do country stories too.
Mhm.
At a high level, I was thinking. I wasn't thinking just mediocre shit. So I'm like, I could probably do this at a high level. And we just kept chopping at the bit, kept being in sessions, kept being around writers. Shout out my boy Red Farron. Um, Shout out my boy Landon Sears. I Am Street Symphony. Like these are all people that played a little part of me understanding what was going on in the country world, not just being in Nashville and just being there, but actually going every day to learn something different. You know what I mean? Whether it's recording, whether it's how to dress, you know what I mean, how to look the part, whatever it may be, I was just taking in all the information. And the Lee Woods comes from Lee Woods comes from like Mac Miller, Larry Fisherman. I didn't want to.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I
Mm.
did. I didn't want to do a Chevy Woods country project because I just want to keep
Yeah.
myself as I am as a hip hop artist. So like
Mhm.
Lee Woods is just like an alter ego
Yeah.
Yeah.
type
Makes
of
sense.
character thing that I see myself, like could be, or like it could be some cartoon series or like something like that. So that's when I start recording the music around it. And it's not no rinky dink, hokey po, let's ride horses, do whatever people think that it's gonna be. It's
Yeah.
not that. It's real. It's musically like very well written. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? So you're gonna get the whole story of like his life in one project.
Yeah, I'm sure like being in hip hop already having, a lyrical ability or even able to, pin down a song as far as choruses and telling a story. I'm sure that transition of even writing a country song, like probably wasn't too, was it like probably not too difficult, I would guess.
No, it wasn't too difficult. It was just it it has a lot of moving parts if you do it
Okay.
right. You feel me? So some days I'll go to the studio and it's just somebody playing guitar stuff. Then I
Mhm.
might have to get that guitar stuff recorded from there, take it to somebody that puts the 808s and the snares and stuff like that around it, then go record it, then get it mixed, like do all of that stuff, then go make sure everybody get their proper, just do when credits and stuff come out. So keeping track of everybody's names and like all of that stuff, you know what I mean? When it's like when it's hip hop for me, there's like project to project, there's a select few people that I do business with, and like one or two maybe somebody that I never did like I never used their production. You know what I mean? So it's cool because I'm sending out the info and getting the info back from from like generally the same people when I recorded hip hop. But with this, it's like I'm all over the place. So I gotta make sure I keep everything, in tune while I'm doing it.
And what also like any artists, like a country artist that inspired you at all?
For sure my boy Red Farron. He's from Tennessee. Uh Ernest. I like Ernest. I like Morgan Wall. I like the more like the new stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like as much as like Shabuzi was poured on us with one song for real, but he has so much more. Like I like Annabelle, like
Yeah,
that he
and
dropped.
Highway, and I like to be honest, the whole project he dropped this year. I
Yeah,
really
me
like.
too. So like, I didn't want to run down the name of songs, but that's you know what I mean? Those are the people that inspire me now to do it. Of course, like Luke Bryan, Jelly Roll. Jelly Roll's really the homie, you know what I mean? So I
Shout
just
out
look at
Jelly Roll, man.
yeah, I look at that like of course he's a superstar, but I look at like in the congratulations way because Jelly Roll used to rap and like all of that stuff like that. So like he's really like he's really, really good at you know what I mean? And that's one of the from hip hop to doing country, that's one of the inspirations that's like, okay, that so he was telling stories already, and now
Yeah,
these stories of his like life and all of that stuff is just turning into country music.
man, that's dope.
Yeah, let's
And
keep
when you
Post
start,
Malone
It might have
too.
just been. It actually
oh
might have
yeah,
just
yeah,
been the
go ahead.
best move of his career doing that because
Yeah,
I felt like that's what really got him to the higher stage. Was
for
changing
sure.
his genre pretty much.
For sure. And longevity, like
Yeah.
in country music, I mean, safe to say, I hate to say it, but like in hip hop, they feel like they'll try to kick you out. Like, why are you doing this? You shouldn't be blah 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 blah. And
That's a fact.
country music, they don't give a fuck about that. There's like 14-year-olds listening to fucking Luke Bryan and shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's
Yeah,
just
hip hop is different in its own way.
I
That's
feel
for
like
yeah,
sure.
yeah, especially in hip hop,
yeah.
The fan base.
that's a whole argument we always get in like this. I feel like they want to tarnish the legacy of artists that are came before instead of what's hot now. I feel like a lot of like the younger generation wants to talk down on the old heads.
I
And
mean,
I
well,
feel like this whole
they talk down, and it's cool. I mean, I don't have no problem with nobody doing music the way that they
yeah.
do music, but if they talk down, they sample everything too. So
Mhm.
They got a sample from
And they fail to realize that, and that's the funny
yeah,
thing about it.
yeah,
it's like
people.
if you're making that your music, and that's only your music, stand on business and don't use nobody else that you say you're not
Damn.
influenced by to other people. So
Yeah.
That was a that was a good one too. That was like
Yeah,
straight, like
I mean,
and
yeah,
down to the point. Too.
they're doing all these samples nowadays, and they can't be
Yeah.
talking trash about the people that did it before them. So
exactly.
And I think like we were talking about before too, like it's just like the homework, right? A new kid going into the NBA, like usually you hear them, watching film on this guy or this guy
all
or
the
this guy, right?
inspiration.
What's inspired by it. I think nowadays too, it's like a lot of these kids, like who's showing, it's not like a league of let me go watch this Charles Barkley film or this,
Nah, it's
whatever, you
always
know what I
like
mean? But like it's not
nowadays,
really
like Bron.
you
It's
just see
like,
whatever's on TikTok or something and be like, man, I could do that too. So you don't, it's kind of like it stops right here. You know what I mean? There's
Right, for
nothing else where
sure.
they go back to or someone to show them that too.
Yeah,
Or maybe they won't,
imagine somebody 15 years old calling Michael Jordan the GOAT.
All right.
that's what I'm saying. Like it just, they only know what they know. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah, that's it.
it takes someone to actually like show them like, hey, wait, there's more, there's more past that too,
Like
Yeah, for
this
sure.
person ain't here if it wasn't for the person before him.
Exactly.
Obviously.
Yeah. Sometimes people skip out on greatness like that.
Right. But I think it's vice versa too on both ends. Like, you know what I mean? Even older people talking about coming to the young kids too. It's like
Yeah,
sometimes it could be a little aggressive. It's like, hold on, like we need to find a healthy balance of being able to like, push the culture more forward together. So
yeah, no, for sure.
yeah, that's a big
true.
point too. I was gonna ask too, when did you like start learning the acoustic guitar? Or are you still kind of like trying to,
Yeah, I'm still trying to put it all together. But there's certain stuff that I guess certain stuff is natural from studying. I got a book right over there too, like, and my guitar's right there. But it's like certain stuff comes from studying, and then certain stuff just comes from actually trying it. You know what I mean? So I might put on a song that I don't even know. Like I might put on some country music playlist and just let it run the whole
so
playlist and just listen and then catch something and know the notes to play and stuff like that. So I'm trying to learn on the fly, but I'm also like reading as well. So I know, like I have knowledge of what I'm actually doing.
yeah, like the notes and different things like that.
Hmm.
yeah,
That's fine. And I believe one other question too, want to ask is about Taylor Gang Gaming. Can
Yes,
you tell
sir.
us a little bit about that?
Yeah. Well, we decided to start the gaming community because a lot of Taylor Gang fans were like-minded. Once like there's a few of us that play, but I feel like a lot of us just start dropping like little clips and little stuff like that, and people started to see it. And one day I was streaming, and my homie Dave that runs it with us, and I think his wife was in the chat too at this time. But we just linked up through me streaming, and we talked about Taylor Gang Gaming, and we made the Discord. Of course, we made the socials, and we just started reaching out to the community. And it's crazy that in the Discord, there's a lot of people that I was already like having conversations with that are supporters and stuff like that in the Discord. So like it built up quick. It's like maybe 4,000 members in this activity every day. I'm looking at it right now. Let me see.
Oh, you got the whole setup too.
Yeah,
oh,
so
yeah.
like I'm looking at the Discord and like all of that shit right now, and it's like a whole, it's so many games in there, and people jump into different Discord channels and talk, and we do merch stuff in there. Um, we do giveaway stuff. We got the RP server, so like we've been doing just a bunch of stuff trying to keep it going, keep it, you know community is how we move. You feel me? So like,
Big facts.
if the community is having fun and they want to do it, and you know what I mean, and everybody bought into being around and helping and working and stuff like that. So like we on the move.
Have you always been into like playing video games like growing up or?
Hell yeah. I'm not gonna give away my age right now, but I've been
No,
playing
you're
Mad.
good.
I've been playing Mad. I've been playing Mad since Mad.
Yeah. That's
People got
hilarious.
Wikipedia if they really want to know.
Yeah,
I know, I know.
we just look it up
But
right now.
I've been playing Madden. I've been playing John
We ain't
Madden
gonna
since
ask.
John Madden.
That's
So, yeah.
hilarious.
I would
So
say
what would be
Man, your favorite? Oh, go ahead.
and I was gonna say what would be your top like 3 video games? Like if you just
Oh, yeah, growing up or anything. Yeah.
that's it. Like you can only get 3 video games and that's it. That's all you can play. What's the 3 that you're going with? It could be any console though.
The 3. Definitely Madden. Back in the day, what did I used to like back in the day? NHL 94 I used to like a lot.
Damn.
Um,
Wasn't expecting that.
yeah, no, for sure.
What's
And
that? That's hockey, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah, that's hockey.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't
Yeah.
ever play.
Yeah. And for the last one, I don't really play fighting games too much. So I would probably like have to do something with I gotta have basketball and football, so I gotta have 2K.
Yeah.
All right, you can't go wrong with 2K.
2K can't.
Yeah. Yeah. I also like
2K
the first I
online.
also like the first Halo too until they fucked it up.
Halo's dope.
Oh damn, that was like
I like
crazy.
Halo 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah.
To me, after 3,
Yeah.
I ain't like it after the first. They start doing weird shit.
like 2 and 3.
He said after the first one, y'all said 2, 3.
Nah,
Yeah,
totally.
I think
it's like Call of Duty.
Oh,
Once Call of Duty started bouncing off the walls and shit like that, I was like,
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah,
I agree with that.
yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you gotta
yeah,
go.
that's
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah,
Sliding and
shit.
all that. Nah,
yeah, that shit was. I was like, nah, I'm good.
I was gonna ask,
That's hilarious.
what's your record right now? Do you play? I'm assuming you play online, head to head, Madden.
Man,
Yeah.
I think
You
I'm
love
like 14-10 right now.
Okay.
Cause you know on there too, not to make an excuse, on there too, you gonna get some games that the shit just crashes.
Yeah.
So
That's
you know what I mean?
Now, as I ask any, I guess you say big name people you've ever played
yeah,
or
have you played Snoop Dogg, for instance?
Yeah. We actually have like in my phone a gaming, like it's the GGL. That's his like gangster gaming league. So we all in a chat, a text chat. So we just talk shit all day and call out each other and play games and stuff like that. So yeah, for sure, play Snoop a bunch of times. A bunch of
Yeah,
times.
I know he's a gamer for sure.
Yeah, nah, he's in there with the games for sure.
Yeah, that's dope as hell. Who's is it LeBron that's like supposedly like within Madden? I think I don't know what like the rankings
He was in
are,
the
but
top 100. He
Yeah.
was in the top 100.
So is it
Oh,
like
is that a real? Is that real? Or
Games
was
one
that
of them as
like?
well?
I never seen his like his gamer tag. So like, I mean, it's easy to go look for real.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
And
would
like,
just look it
but
up.
yeah, that ain't something that was on my bucket list. So
Yeah, I'm like, when this man playing Madden, bro?
yeah, it
Well,
came across my desk. I'm like, okay, cool, that's dope. Fire.
he always talk about football though. Sometimes your basketball player and stuff.
Yeah, that's a
Yeah,
fact though.
that's because he used to do that in high school a lot.
Yeah, he was
Yeah,
really.
he was tight end. Right.
So Chevy can't see me in Tekken.
I can't see you in Tekken, but I will go get Sledger. Sledger will be anybody's ass in any fighting game. I'll put that.
Oh, here we go.
Put that
Well,
on.
Mortal Kombat or something like that.
He is the greatest. Sledger is the greatest
Shout out Sledge.
combat fighting. Whatever you put in front of him, if it's fighting, he's gonna win.
Damn, bro. The combos be too much for me, bro. I'll be pushing buttons. Like, I don't.
Yeah, he'll have it when you don't get to hit him.
Oh, he's like that. Damn.
I'll throw the controller. I'll be like,
yeah, definitely.
I'm done. Like, he ain't even gonna let me get one hit. Like,
One hit, like damn.
Yeah, he's like that for sure.
That's hilarious.
That's cool.
Yeah, man. Shout out Sledger, dope producer. So
yeah, super dope.
I got a side question. So I seen like on your YouTube that you doing like little cooking videos and stuff like that. Are you thinking about doing a cooking show, or is there gonna be a Chevy Woods cookbook in the future or anything like that?
Well, that was actually, in COVID, it was tough to reach people. You know what I mean? Because you couldn't really be outside and shit like that. Of course, we got the internet, and you could bring people into your home. So that's the kind of road that I went down with those episodes. So I ended up shooting one season, and it was like 10 episodes, and then I started the next one, and it was 5 episodes. But by the time I got to that point, we was allowed back outside again.
So
So
he dropped the apron. So all right.
yeah, no, I end up doing one somewhere else at another kitchen, but
Mm.
it just didn't feel the same as like being home. You know what I mean? So I didn't want to keep traveling to that studio and doing that and having it look the same. And I'm cool being like at the crib and giving them the chill mode while I'm at. I think at the place I'm being too like corporate. You know what I'm saying? So like bringing them into the crib is like more personal type of deal.
Mm.
So yeah, I was like, all right, I'm gonna just shut it down for now. So I only did 5 episodes on the back end of the second.
What's that go-to dish though that you like that you could just make anytime? Like like
Lamb chops, rice, asparagus, garlic, butter, asparagus, like dirty rice, but not really dirty rice, just with a seasoning. I mix it up and make it dirty, or I wouldn't tell nobody. And then
get the recipe.
yeah, and
That's
then, and
what
then
I'm
lamb
saying. The
chops.
cookbook,
Drop,
man.
drop the cookbook. We don't talk.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Got
for
the
sure, for sure. I'm
Yeah,
gonna
for real.
definitely get to that. I just got to be ready to give it away. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
Some lamb
Nah,
chops, and
respect.
I'm hungry as hell right now.
It's-
Lamb chops, I'm like, all right.
I'm ready for dinner.
That man thinking about dinner right now.
For real, yeah. I'm
Oh,
like,
We
for
got a
sure.
long night, MCK. You ain't getting food.
Yeah, I
After
know. We still got a live podcast right out that we're gonna be doing in a couple hours too. So, but yeah, I mean, dude, we're already an hour in, so we don't want to hold you for too long. Our very last question that we always ask is, "What's next for Chevy Woods?"
other than the cookbook.
Was
Yeah,
next? Yeah, we put that on the list.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh.
So I didn't pack up the country album. I'm actually going nitpick with it a little bit more because I didn't want to like force it out in the fourth quarter of music because it kind of like disappears to me personally. Um, at the top of the year, we gonna drop the album. I'm gonna be dropping the name. We gonna have the whole rollout shit and have listening parties, do all of that stuff, like rodeo type of vibe. You know what I'm saying? So, um, there's that. Of course, we're gonna keep doing the gaming shit. You know what I mean? Like that's fun for like everybody involved. You know what I mean? And a headache sometimes. You know how the internet goes.
Right.
Right.
Um, uh, I'm excited for Cushion Orange Juice too.
Oh yeah, I've been waiting for
Wow.
that too.
Yeah, sequel. Yeah, that's
So
crazy.
that's next year.
Okay, let's go.
I know he just recently dropped a track too.
Couple
He dropped
tracks.
two. Yeah, he dropped two.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
so
saw
like,
that.
and just seeing those songs being worked on, and then like the release of it, people are in for like some special shit. So I'll just tell you that much. You know what I mean? And that's why you work all the way till the project is done. That's when the project is done, when it's out. People always be like, yo, when is it done? When is it done? When you got it. I mean, you didn't even gotta ask. It's done when you
Yeah,
got it. So like,
that's hilarious.
that's how you
That's
work
how,
to the end of it. You know
yeah,
what I mean?
no,
Yeah.
that's a
So
big fact.
yeah, I'm excited about all of that, man. I'm a jump around and do like a bunch of other miscellaneous things, and maybe I'll put it on the internet. Maybe I won't.
Right, right. That's how it goes too. Because I mean, you're
That
making
was
it for
fire
yourself
too,
too.
man. That was a
Hmm.
fire record as well. Nameless.
Shout out
Shout
Leak
out
Shot
Leak Shot.
63.
Oh yeah, that's one of my favorite songs too.
All right, man. So yeah, first off, shout out to everyone who's tuning in too, and was leaving comments as well, and everyone's gonna be watching the replay. Um, Chevy Woods, man, we really appreciate you for your time and allowing us to do this interview as well.
No, I appreciate y'all. Thanks for having me. I mean, like I said, I went back and watched some. Like we talked before, I watched some of the YouTube, and I was like, "Yep, let's do it." Good conversation. I'm with it.
Most
Oh, of
definitely.
course,
Yeah.
man. We
No, I
appreciate
mean,
doing that.
Yeah, right. I was about to say that means a lot to us in general,
Yeah,
like what we bring to the
respectfully,
table. So, and we hope to do this again one of these days too, man. Like, hope it's not just
Yeah,
a
for
one
sure.
off, you know.
yeah.
Just
But
let
yeah,
me
man.
know. Hook it up the same way we hooked it up.
Most definitely, we definitely will, man. And yeah, once again, I hope you have a good rest of your night. And for everyone else tuning in, man, I hope you guys have a good rest of your night too. We'll also be having our next episode that we're doing tonight. Should be releasing tomorrow, so make sure to tune into that. You know, what I mean? We're also
Hell
gonna be
yeah.
doing a give. We're also gonna be announcing our giveaway to Blast concert, which will be on Thursday over at Petco Park. So yeah, I know me and Darnese gonna be there too. You know what I mean? We might do some, with Caleb too. We might be doing a little content over there, like some stuff. So you'll probably see us out there as well. And last but not least, we got Chevy Woods IG, Spotify, Apple Music. Sure, I might have to go put that Discord link in the description too. Now that I think about it,
Oh,
but
hell
yeah, just click it.
Yeah,
Now that
good
I'm like,
gamer, man.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. I might have to go put that in there
Click.
too. All you gotta do is click on the links and everything like that, and don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. And man, I hope everyone has a good rest of your night. And once again, man, we appreciate you.
Yeah,
I
thank you.
appreciate y'all,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah,
Go
respectfully.
Steelers. Go Steelers.
Hey, man.
Go
As long as I tell you, as long as
Hey,
Lamar and Henry win me my fantasy league,
Hey,
I'm
that
good.
Mike
Steelers.
Tomlin shiesty is funny.
Shout out to Mike
Yeah, you seen it. You seen that? Yeah.
The
That's what
shiesty
we
is
do.
hilarious, bro. I can't.
Hey, if you could see the picture of the shoes, you would know that he got on black forces too. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah,
That's
yeah,
what
nah, yeah. Nah, he about business. All right. I
Nah, for
already know,
sure.
man. That man's just
right. Yeah, we could go on forever, man.
Yo, I
Yeah.
appreciate it, man. Thanks for having me for sure, man. Anytime, like, something else comes up, just reach out and we'll put it
Hell
together.
yeah. Definitely, man. We appreciate that.
respect, man.
100%.
Thank
We
you, man.
appreciate, we appreciate it.
Yes, sir. You have a good night, man.
All right, man.
You as well,
too.
man. Appreciate
Right.
you. All right, man. Is that a wrap? We done?
It's a rap cat.
See you on the next
I'll
one.
see you guys in a couple hours.
All right.
Yes, sir.